Welcome to the pod at ZBSJP.
Hey there, welcome to the pod.
Hey, I'm Onadi.
Hey, I'm Addy.
And I'm Isla.
This term's podcast will be covering the differences of the type 1 and type 2 diabetes, the importance of a healthy lifestyle, and have an interview with our PE teacher, Miss Roni.
Later on, we will have a few interviews, including our Year 8 student Seb Gandhi, and us from our diabetes clinic, and our PE teachers.
Hey Onadi, what's the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes?
Well, with type 1, symptoms appear more quicker, and the cells in your body attack the cells in your pancreas.
Your pancreas provide fuel for your body.
Yeah, and with type 2, symptoms appear much slower and your body doesn't produce enough insulin.
There will be more later.
Sit back
and relax
and enjoy the pod.
Hello, we are Ava, Darcy and Olivia, and we are from the pod. We have a special guest with us. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Yasmin Mania. I'm a diabetes nurse educator and I'm working in a Glucare Diabetes Center in Dubai.
That's nice. So, can you tell us when the clinic first opened and how many kids come in?
Okay, so the clinic had opened in September 2020 and yes, we have many kids are visiting us. I can tell you maybe somewhere around 120 kids has visited us.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And what does the diabetes clinic do to help the kids?
Okay, so most of the kids who are visiting us are not only a diabetic, there are some kids having some problem with the endocrine system, like let's say obesity, and they have some kind of conditions, but majority are type 1 diabetes.
Okay, what's the worst type of diabetes?
See, we can't say it's a worst type of diabetes. It's kind of some difficult case, which is, we call it type 1 diabetes. That's the most challenging case for people.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
We also wanted to discuss with you how you calm people down when they're stressed and if there are any common soothing tips.
Okay, so we try to help people to understand their conditions and to understand that this condition can be easily managed if people have enough information, enough knowledge, and of course we support them with a lots of information. We provide them with some wearable devices, like we call it continuous glucose monitor. So person with diabetes can understand how to manage their case in a better way.
That's interesting. So
Thank you.
the last thing we wanted to discuss is how do you truly motivate people to... She's losing her voice, so I'm going to have to finish it for her. The last thing we wanted to discuss with you is how you help people and then continue on and support them throughout their journey.
Okay, so when the people come to us in the clinic, we introduce the whole team to them. So they meet the doctor, they meet the dietitian, and they meet me as an educator, and also we have a lifestyle coach. So when a person comes to us, we treat him as a family member, and we give them also kind of wearable devices. Let me show you, like this one. Okay, so it's a Fitbit, so they can wear it in their wrist, and this Fitbit will give a lot of information, and this information will be sent to the system. We call it a portal. So there will be a continuous data coming to us, and then we can give a follow-up feedback to the patients. We can send them a chat advising the patient, And the patient also can ask us anything regarding his treatment, regarding any problem he had faced. So we are always with the patients anytime.
That's very interesting. Thank you.
Can you explain the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes?
Okay, now the difference is the type 1 diabetes, they have a problem with the pancreas that cannot produce insulin. And you know that the insulin is very important hormone in the body. The insulin can help the sugar to enter into the cells to give us energy, right? So people with type 1 diabetes, they cannot make any more insulin, or they have a very less amount. So type 1 per people will need to have insulin injection in their entire life. But the type 2 diabetes, it's almost the opposite. They have a plenty of insulin, but the insulin, the hormone insulin, it doesn't work well. So this group of people, they will need to take also kind of different medication, and of course they should improve their diet, they should be more active, so they can control their blood sugar better.
Okay. Before we end the call, would you like to add any more information and interesting me to know about diabetes and the clinic?
Okay, so I'm sure that most of the schools, they have a lot of kids with type 1 diabetes. I consider them as heroes. They're really strong kids because they are having lots of challenges, but they are strong enough to overcome these challenges. So we need always to give them support, to understand them very well, to help them in case if they need us, and do not think that diabetes can be catch up from them. No, it's not. So it's something cannot be spread out. So you just need to be a great support for the heroes who have a type 1 diabetes.
Okay, one more thing. Which diabetes is worse, stage 1 or stage 2?
We don't call it stage 1, we call it type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is more challenging, more difficult, and they need a lots of information to learn, a lots of action to be taken.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Goodbye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Hey, it's Eleanor,
And Nicole.
and today we're going to be interviewing the Director of Sport, or as you know her, Miss Rooney, here at DBSJP.
Now let's welcome Miss Rooney to the pod.
Hi guys, thank you for having me.
Hi, Miss Rooney. Welcome to the pod. Today we are going to be asking you a few questions about the Dubai 30-30 and how to sustain a healthy lifestyle.
Miss Rooney, why do you think that sports is important?
I think it's more than me that says that sport's important, because healthy body, healthy mind, and I think in order to be healthy, passionate and inquisitive and creative, I think it's important that you have a healthy body to enable you to have a healthy mind to be able to do all those things that we all really love doing. You've just got to find the activity that you love, that you want to take part in, to help really make sure that you have a healthy, balanced and active lifestyle.
Miss Rooney, how do you keep a healthy lifestyle?
How do I keep a healthy lifestyle? Well, I'm an active netball player. I play in Dubai, in the Dubai leagues. I also umpire, and I like to dance. I attend Zumba and some fitness classes. I like to take a walk. I like to ride my bike with my children. For me, if I don't spend time every day doing something active, I'm a bit of a grump. So it's definitely part of who I am, and what I'm really passionate about is being active, staying healthy and being involved with my friends or my children.
I've also heard that to keep a healthy lifestyle, you should exercise for at least 30 minutes a day. Do you agree with this?
I totally agree. I think little and often is the way to go. The World Health Organisation has suggested 30 minutes, and we live in the greatest city on earth, and we're just in the middle of the Dubai 30-30 challenge, and it's been wonderful to move around Dubai and around the school and see all the activities that have been taking place. And I think that what I would say to everybody listening to this podcast is that 30 minutes becomes is difficult to start with, but then it becomes a habit and part of your active daily lifestyle. It might be that you walk to work or you walk to school instead of getting dropped off in a car. It might be that you come in and you get on your bike or you go for a swim. You know, we're really lucky where we live. There's loads of things to do outside, in the park, with friends, on your own, in your garden. I just think it's important that we have that 30 minutes, relieve stress, be with our friends and stay active.
Could you tell DBSJP a few top tips to stay healthy?
I think being active is important and enjoying what you do. Nobody likes to do anything that they are forced to do, so I think if you're going to be active, you might not like netball or dance, but you might really love athletics and swimming. You might not love tennis, but you might really, really love football. I think it's important that you give lots of things a go till you find out what's the one thing that you love. I think if you really want to have an active lifestyle, you've got to look after yourself mentally as well and appreciate that what sports brings socially and the ability to relax your mind and take your mind off maybe the stresses of your day-to-day. I think it's important that you think about hydration and diet, making sure that you have your breakfast every morning, that you're having enough to drink. And also I think a healthy lifestyle is also to do with rest, recuperation and recovery. So coming off your mobile phone at night before you go to bed, locking it away, having some downtime, and really just building all of those great habits into your lifestyle every day and every week. So for me, it would be try and keep up 30 minutes of activity every day. Try and think about what you're eating, how much you're drinking, and try and allow your mind to rest and recover so that you don't bring any of those stresses of the day into the rest of your life.
Thanks for coming on to the pod, Miss Rooney.
DBSJP, make sure to follow these top tips, stay healthy, and bye.
Bye girls.
Bye. Hello, I'm Ewan.
Hi, I'm Juan.
And I'm Bastian.
Today we're going to be interviewing Sebastian.
Yep.
I heard that diabetes cases have gone up in the recent years.
They have quite a bit, yes.
Lots of people get judged for having diabetes. Was this the case for you?
I mean, I was never really judged, but as you are aware, there are two types of diabetes. But I've never really been judged. It's usually the case when people ask me how it happens and all this stuff about it. I'm never bullied about it. I'm never ever bullied about it. So yeah, I mean, it's the thing where people get how it feels to actually have diabetes, and if you know what it's like, if you don't know what it's like, I mean, I still don't think you should judge people just because they're different to one another.
Okay. We heard that you had a scary experience with diabetes. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, so it was quite a scary experience. I'll go into full story here. So basically, it was when I was 11 years old last year, and we were in Wild Wadi for a bit, and all of a sudden I just started getting really sick, and then we went home that night because we were staying in a hotel. So we went home that night and I was still feeling really sick, and then all of a sudden, like, my mum and dad just witnessed me fall unconscious, so they all of a sudden rushed me to the hospital, and like they thought it was scary. They thought I must have just been a little bit sick, like they thought I'd just been vomiting just because I had a stomach bug, but it turns out after I was in the emergency service for a while, and after the doctors were looking after me, I'd been diagnosed with diabetes. So yeah, it was quite scary, but yeah, and looking back on it.
Okay. So, like, what was your greatest fear, and what was the worst part of being hospitalized?
Probably the fact that, I didn't know what was happening to me until I got let out of hospital, and then I had to go through all the explanation of what happened, how my life is going to change. But I think it was just the fact that I've just woken up after being unconscious and I don't know what's happened, and I'm just being surrounded by people in the hospital, doctors, my mum and dad. Yeah, probably that.
What changes came about in your life after being discharged from hospital?
Well, diabetes has actually pushed me further than I was before. It's actually felt like some sort of superpower to me, because whilst I was getting diagnosed, I was becoming really skinny. I mean, I was still doing sport and being healthy, but I was becoming really skinny. And now since diabetes, I've been getting more healthier, been doing more sports like rugby, boxing, swimming, all of that stuff.
I'd like to thank you, everyone, for listening, and our guests. Look for the next episode of the pod.
Thank you, Seb.
You're very
Thank you,
welcome.
Seb.
Thank you.